Different types of branding and how to master them. Branding is one of the key ways businesses can succeed in today's extremely competitive world. But in order for you to successfully leverage the power of your business, you need to know what are the different types of branding. Whenever small businesses start to flourish, experts tell them that they need to start working on their brand strategy. And for those who are fairly new to the idea of branding, it's important that they recognize its different types in order for them to truly determine the kind of brand that best fits their business. Hey guys, welcome to Creative. Here we use our passion for the game to change the game. Every week we talk about solutions that can truly change the business of sports. Today we'll be discussing the different types of branding and how you can master the one for your business. Revolutionize the game, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on anything in the future. The word branding has grown to be one of the industry's buzzwords. Veteran entrepreneurs say that branding is everything, especially nowadays when almost every industry is growing more and more competitive each day. But what does it really mean to have a branding strategy? What is a brand really, and are there different types of branding? Today, Creative's here to help you figure out what branding really is and the different types of branding commonly used. But first, let's clear things up. Brands, branding, and branding strategies. Well, it seems like these three terms basically mean the same thing. They're all different in their own way. Brand is everything that your company does. How your web design functions, how your photos on Instagram look, how your people respond to your clients. That's your brand. Take, for example, Nike. Sure, the swoosh and the just do it is part of their brand, but it's not just it. Nike is all about empowering people through their products and helping them unleash their own inner athlete. Your brand is everything that you did and will do in the future. Now, what about branding? Branding is all the identifiable marks your company will have. Your logo, your color schemes, the overall feel of your photos you share on social media. Any tangible element that consumers can use to identify you from your competitors. That's your branding. Now, what is your brand strategy? Using the elements we've mentioned earlier, it creates a plan that lays out how you will communicate your brand. It's your team's ultimate game plan for building your brand. See, unlike the common misconception that a brand is only created through logos, brands are built through different characteristics that form an identity. It's not enough to just have a symbol. Consumers must see an entire identity for them to be able to see you amongst your competitors. And now that we have the basics covered, let's go over the different types of branding. So, how can you master these for your business? Because no industry or business is ever really the same, different approaches are required in order for different companies to build their brand. And as a business owner, you need to have a good understanding of these figured out, which is the most applicable to you. Product branding. Being one of the most commonly used types of branding, product branding can be seen even in your local grocery store. It's when a product or service is given an identity to make it different from its competition. Take, for example, Coca-Cola. The well-loved drink has its own logo, its own color scheme, and its own personality. Even its own taste. People can easily tell it's Coke even if the product is absent. But how do you master product branding? By starting with where everything your business starts with, your consumer. Taking into account your consumer analysis as well as an overview of your competitive landscape, you start developing your strategy. What are the pain points your consumers often experience, and how can your product or service elevate this? How does your competition position its offerings, and what angle can you use so that consumers see you differently? These are some of the things you need to keep in mind when developing your own strategy. Personal branding. Commonly seen among politicians, celebrities, and athletes, and other influential people that have a following, personal branding is all about building and maintaining a positive image. When influential people have great personal branding, it allows them to create new opportunities for themselves in different fields. Of course, one of the greatest examples of personal branding is Michael Jordan and his lasting influence in the sporting industry. Besides being able to launch his own clothing line due to his growing followership, Jordan was able to launch Nike to success thanks to his personal brand. How do you start building your own brand? By determining who you want to be to your people. If you're an entrepreneur, how do you want your consumers to see you? If you're an athlete, how do you want to be seen by your fans? Start there and slowly develop your own strategy for promoting and building your personal brand. Corporate branding. Now, it's easy to think that if your business has product branding and you, the business owner, having your own personal branding, that's enough. But not really. Branding your business itself is as important as branding your offers. Why? Because corporate branding provides your company with its own identity, opening you to new opportunities. This means because your company has its own brand, you can easily expand your offerings. Take, for example, PepsiCo. Some people think that the corporate branding's product is just Pepsi, when in reality, thanks to its extensive corporate branding, it now has a variety of product mix that include Frito-Lay, Mountain Dew, Lay's, Gatorade, and more, all owned by the parent brand PepsiCo. Efficient corporate branding means presenting your company's mission and core values in every platform you use to connect with your future, current, and past customers. One great example of this is Nike. Wherever you go, from their actual stores down to their respective Instagram accounts, their mission and famous swoosh logo can be seen. Nike ensures that wherever their customers may reach them, they know that the brand believes in themselves as athletes. These are the 4 main types of branding often used in today's market. And depending on the kind of brand strategy that you need, there are chances of using more than one. Now, how do you know which of these strategies is perfect for you? There are 4 main steps in finding out the kind of brand strategy that best fits your business. Defining your identity, determining your objectives, defining your brand's audience, and considering your industry. Before you move into considering the 4 types we've discussed earlier, it's important that you ask yourself who you want your company to be. What's the identity you want to build for your business? Here are some questions that you could use as a guide. What is your mission and your core values? What do you want to be known for? How do you want to affect your industry? What do you want your brand to look like? Ask yourself these questions and identify who you want to be as a brand. Once you figure out your identity as a brand, you should be able to know the goals you want to meet as a brand. For example, you want your brand to be a leader in your respective industry, or you want to earn the trust of your customers. Use your objectives to determine which strategy will work best for you. Now that you've figured out your identity and the goals you want to achieve, it's time to think about your audience. The best way to know who your target audience is by considering what they're interested in, where most of them reside, how old they are, and how you can appeal to them. Knowing who your brand's audience is detrimental to your success. For one, it's the only way you can develop a strategy that works. And secondly, it's the only way you can actually forge connections with them. So, we've taken into consideration your wants and your needs, as well as those of your consumers. But what about your industry in general? Different fields have different goals and objectives. And as much as each strategy is customized, certain ones won't fit your specific industry. So to make sure that your strategy is not only perfect for you, but is also perfect for your field, don't forget to conduct your very own competitive research. Analyze the opportunities and threats of your specific field, then look for brand strategy that can elevate both. Having a deep understanding of who you want to be as a brand and your industry gives you a good idea on how you can separate yourself from the thousands of competitors. And if you need more help in building your brand, don't forget to check out the rest of our videos down below. We hope you guys loved today's video, and if you want to learn more about the great solutions that can truly change the game, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. It really helps out the channel. Now, this is Zach with Creative, where business is our sport.